Yes, sir. Okay. So excited. So, Mummy, we were giving people kind of this opportunity to come tell us stuff because this is the town hall. This is where we have some ideas on what we want to do for the season, but we want to know kind of what's important to everybody, what they've been thinking about from last season, things that they want to maybe change, maybe reinforce, yada yada. So anything you got? Anything?
Um, I would say maybe some more tournaments, maybe. Even if it can't, if
Mm,
I know you were thinking about doing like a little preseason tournament, right?
yeah.
Um, just something like that. Even if you want to do like something like in between stages, just to keep everybody still playing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
or if maybe even if you want to do a tournament that doesn't go towards like Cana points or anything like that. If you just want to do like a regular open tournament, for anybody to sign up, that'll get
Mm,
more eyes on the league.
mm.
Okay.
And it's funny you brought that up because we have some stuff for you guys that we're thinking about. And we actually have
Oh yeah.
an insane amount of stuff that we want to talk about.
Yeah,
Nice.
100%. Especially if we kind of got an idea for the tournament thing to work it in. If we get like a real high volume of teams that are interested, because we were talking about capping it at 12, which we did last season in the first split.
Mm-hmm.
We did that for a couple reasons. One of the big reasons we did that was to try to motivate people to sign up quicker, to fill
Hmm.
those spots, and to like get people to commit. It doesn't seem like that was going to necessarily be an issue this season, though. There seems to be a lot of there's people expanding, there's a lot of returns, and there's a lot of new people lurking. So, um, that
Right. New captains.
yeah, that adds up to a lot of people potentially.
Potential. Yes.
So, but we'll get to that. It's on the list. We made notes. We made notes.
Nice.
There's an agenda.
Yeah. So,
Somewhat.
um, anybody? So just tournaments. Anything else that kind of comes to mind? I'm sure people will jar memories and PTSD or whatever to motivate you to do
Right.
other.
Um,
But I don't know.
Definitely, if we could this year get like more solid on how roster changes work. Like I
Okay.
remember like for the Canada games last year, like that whole ESG MCG white thing was a
Yeah.
little hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so there was something more solid in place and like something that could be more black and white
Mm-hmm.
about what you can do and what you can't do, or even if that's like making like a date, that you can't make any more roster changes past so and so unless it's like approved by everybody.
Yeah.
Um, then I think that might be beneficial too.
Okay.
I like that. And we did have an idea for that too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We're on the
Okay.
same.
Dope.
We're on the same
Yeah. Yeah.
page.
Yeah. For sure. All right. Well, so speaking of that whole electrify MCG white thing, we got OJ right here on the call line. Well, how do I see it now? Where'd that shit go? All right. W boom boom B baby. You already know what it is. Now tell him who sent you. What up, OJ? What's going on?
Yo,
Sorry, y'all.
It's going down. So what's up? Did you have a good postseason or preseason or between season,
yeah,
Yes.
off season?
not complaining.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. What do you think of the new game?
Still waiting for my trophy in the mail, but what can you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in Canada, yo. That's pretty far.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming Friday, all right?
Okay,
Right,
dope.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice. I saw the picture
I'll,
of
ma- I'll,
one
ma-
on.
I'll make sure to
Yeah,
post the pictures. Make
Sweet.
everyone real jealous.
there you go. That's what you do.
Those
Exactly.
are the first Special K ones, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Look
Nice.
fucking super dope too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right. So, what?
But regarding last year, I don't think I did anything wrong.
And according to the rules, you're right, and that's what Mummy is talking about. I think he wants more clarification and
So
stuff.
like
Right?
the rules were there. The rules are like for submit your roster by like this time, like last time, and I changed it.
Straight
no,
up.
yeah. According to the rules, you do what you're supposed to do. I think
Yeah,
there's just
Yeah, according to the rules, you're right.
yeah, they're just definitely see a benefit to having a team that that you guys are they're familiar with, can watch some VOD on, and game plan. I'm not mad at that.
So I've seen you guys release the signups and shit yesterday.
Yes.
When will we be able to see like everyone who signed up, or will
Uh,
we not be able to see that?
that's a good question. We had never really
How do you
put
guys
them out
scope?
there in
You
the
guys put it on
past.
like the game's like website, like in the past, like rosters and shit like that.
Hmm.
But
Oh, as they were coming in, yeah,
yeah,
I can set that up. So what I did is I made the thing on my phone, and because I didn't have my computer set up till just now, but I can do exactly that now that I got my computer on. So
What roster signups I think end on the 10th. So I mean we wouldn't
yeah.
have a full number till then, but
Still would like to see the, because I'm still like advertising like this league and everything like that, trying to get it out there. So
yeah, it'd be cool
curious
for people to be able to see
who's
like,
signing up and who's not signing up. You know.
yeah,
that's cool.
100%.
I like that.
All right, dope. Do you got anything for the town hall? Like,
Shit that I want changed.
yeah,
Or that you liked.
I mean, like, I don't know if I can like necessarily say I want anything changed. Like, the rules were set in place last year, and it worked in my favor.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's real. I mean,
Not mad at that.
yeah, not at all. I mean, it as far as anything though, like,
Anything to add maybe to
Skip.
make it doper.
yeah, like Mummy said, he wants to see, or he
More
would like
tournaments.
to see more tournaments and the roster thing, like figure out some kind of
The roster thing. That's
trade
fine.
deadline or whatever.
This is just like the early stages, so we're still gonna have to like chalk up rules and shit like that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Vote is coming. Captain vote is
Uh,
coming. For sure.
So what's the deal with like this whole like exhibition tournaments? Like, are we only allowing 12 teams and that's it?
For the exhibition tournament, we were actually looking to make it be less teams than 12. So it wouldn't be like everybody that signed up. It'd kind of be a first come, first serve just to get something going. Because I thought,
Well, this exhibition thing is for 8 spots in the league, right?
it's not 4 spots in the league.
There's a couple different ideas out there. We haven't 100% came to a conclusion on how we're going to choose the teams. If for say we wanted to do 12 and 20 teams signed up, we haven't necessarily came to a decision how we're going to get to those 12 teams. We have
I was looking at something yesterday. Where did I see that shit?
but we do have some ideas that we would definitely want to talk with you guys about and see what you guys are all feeling or what not feeling. We just brainstormed a bunch of stuff last night and the last couple of days. So
Yeah.
there's
Exactly.
options, like you said.
So,
Yeah, right here. It says season start date January 24th. 6-player rosters, 12 teams.
yeah, it's on the sign up.
12 teams question mark. So are you guys like thinking like 12 teams max or?
We're thinking it possibly more. It depends on how many people sign up. Like if we get 20 teams, and then also we know that you're
I
coming.
feel like you guys are gonna get a lot. I feel like you guys are gonna
Yeah,
go.
me too.
Somebody
Like you guys are
mentioned,
gonna get.
somebody said
You
20
guys,
the other day.
there's like split 2. We had like 20 teams sign up or whatever.
last season, yeah,
I think you guys are gonna far surpass that.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
That'd be
so I mean, I don't think there's a point, and we don't really know. We just know what we've done in the past, but there's a point where it's like unmanageable.
Yeah.
With quantity
And
of
like,
teams,
and,
right?
and that's why you guys are looking for staff, no?
100%.
100%.
We think that the shit that we did that we've done before, with the amounts of people we've done before, we could do better with some kind of staff.
Aries.
But we got 2 people coming up right now. We had if we have more than that though, like definitely need something going on, and that's kind of, we have a list of potential solutions for if I'd like to see what you guys think of our list and any kind of ideas you have on your own, right?
What's your
What we could do with well, I mean, one is fucking cap that shit at 12, first come, first serve. But I don't think that's
I don't
especially
think that's an option. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah,
I don't
no,
like
it's kind of fucked up.
That's
and
rough. That's rough.
and with you have like 3 rosters, and Instinct's supposed to come with a couple, and I'm certain there's other people with multiple, and even not, there are apparently a bunch of individual captains. It's like, how do we
Choose.
yeah, and so what do we got? Where is that?
The list.
So like, I mean, one option is to potentially increase it to 16 off rip from 12.
That
Like
would-
if we get to there.
That would mean less games per
16.
team.
Right. Instead of
16
8 games per. What's
Are
that?
still like are any teams that want to sign up for tournaments still allowed to sign up for tournaments, or just limiting to those 16 teams?
Well, it would be those 16 teams for the season.
For
The
the
tournaments we've always done open, whatever, right? Because historically, the tournaments are engines of new recruitment of teams in the league.
Exactly.
But I will say that we're kind of shifting as a league as of right now, and as long as we can stay on top of everything, it'll continue this way. But from needing to scrape together teams, right? Like if we got
32.
teams coming out our ass, there's different shit that we have to prioritize than recruiting new teams, right?
You guys could also switch from like, I know you guys are a league that wants to cast every game. You guys
Right.
could switch to casting tournaments and having the players submit
Yeah.
pictures of stuff,
True.
but you don't necessarily need to cast.
That would
every-
streamline stat taking too. But
yeah.
that's definitely a possibility. So, and that's why we have the town hall, is so we can kind of get what everybody's thinking, because y'all play in other stuff and have your own brains, right?
Exactly.
What up?
May I suggest something?
Let's go.
No, not you.
Oh yeah, oh Jay.
Go on.
No, I was thinking, since like there's probably gonna be like 16 teams, because Instinct could fill this shit by themselves the way they're going.
Exactly.
Um,
Fucking 8 rosters, bro.
Is that
why
real?
not ha- yeah,
Yeah.
They have 7 rosters trying to play in
They
this.
have a lot.
Good God.
A
Shout out
success,
Instinct.
Why not have like a qualifier to get like the top 12 or 16 teams?
Yeah.
So that's actually something that we talked about potentially. So here's the thing with taking on a bunch of new teams, and I know this is exciting, but to be a captain, but it's not for everybody. And
Being a captain, that is.
being a captain, that is, and well, being a player and showing up on time. A lot of people. It sounds good to join the league, but the actual responsibility of being there on time and playing well every week is too much for some. So, what I think there's some sort of prioritizing that we need to do. There's a couple things that we feel like teams that have played in the league and have been successful in the league, we'd want to prioritize their registration above others. So, we're definitely looking into stuff like that. Also, if you are a team and you've had negative, participation.
Yeah, that works in the opposite
It'll go
way.
the opposite way as well.
Yeah.
So something to think about. And then obviously if you've been a captain before, we'll look to, and you've been successful at it, we'd want to bring you in. If you're a brand new captain, nothing against you, but we definitely want to know, we need to know that you're going to be there every week.
And that's low key part of the distinction between Trapper Dan and the Canna Conference, but we don't have that in Split 1. One of the options is that we could have that element, and this kind of comes back around to Mummy's thing, where potentially we could have the Canna Conference be however many people it's going to be, 12 or 16 or whatever, but then we can start off a Trapper Dan type of thing where and we were playing around with how we'd actually facilitate this, and everybody else would kind of be in that. And what we were thinking potentially is those
extra teams that don't make the cut of the 12 or 16, they would potentially play tournaments on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays,
right,
until the first split's over.
Exactly. And we can have this perpetual kind of tournament thing going on the weekends that the Trapper Dan dudes can get in on, and they can keep playing they can get
Time.
their time,
And-
their whatever. Yeah.
While we wait for Split 2 to come around, and then we'll have the two leagues, and obviously it'll be split by competition.
All right, so here's a question for you guys. You guys are two people, both have lives.
Yeah.
How many days out of the week are you guys putting to casting and shit like that?
We were thinking 4 because the way we have it set with the 6 weeks scheduled for 12 teams, it was they each play 8 games, and we'd get 4 days a week, 2 games each day.
96 total games for the split.
And that's the max for 12 teams.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why even if we went up to 16 teams, we'd still want to keep that same amount of games. So that would mean each
You guys
team
would
would
still
play.
want to keep 8 games.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
no.
Well, no.
4 days a week for over 6 weeks, so it would go down to 6 games per team.
Right. So there's the quandary. Do you guys want to have more teams and allow more opportunity, but only play 6 games? Or would you rather have 12 teams, play more games, have an 8-game season split as opposed to a 6-game split?
What if just assuming that you get 16 teams, if you said you still play the same amount of games, but you guys only cast 2 and then you play 2 off stream, and they just have to send pictures
We could
in. That way we're still keeping the same amount of weeks, but
we could potentially do that. That would mean you guys could then obviously play more games. So yeah, I mean that's still up in the
I
air.
have an idea with that.
What's up?
You could
So you could just do like the fucking marquee matchups. Like you could stream
Right.
like what you guys think are gonna be the 2 fucking best games, right?
Right,
And
exactly.
then just leave the the lesser games
Not
To
many-
just
and
be
like have
played.
those be off stream.
Exactly.
That
Not
would be a good time to get more teams in because
yeah. Also,
The
like
you guys
thing-
with
always
that,
off the games.
One thing I
you should
will
leave
say
it up to,
about
like, okay.
no, go ahead.
One thing with that is like if you guys aren't casting like the top tier matchups that week, you could kind of leave it to the players to try and maybe find like a caster for their match or whatever if they want it to be casted. They can do
There's lots of casters out there for like the junior COD league, for the U18 league, who are just like there
cast.
that wanna cast and wanna watch players play.
That's perfect. I'll say this. You know, if we were gonna do like a prime time schedule or something like that, and there was specific teams that we wanted to watch, and I mean probably a lot of those teams captains are here or listening. You guys would have to be flexible with that, right? I mean, meeting on specific days or weeks at certain times, a little bit more so than you would if we were casting everybody, right? Because
Exactly.
Well, I think
there'd be
definitely
specific times we'd want to cast.
I think definitely what we would do in that situation is we'd pick a day or two, and like those would be the stream days, and at a certain same day of the week, every week, same time, like regularly scheduled programming, and then I don't know how long before or whatever, we'd have to figure that out to designate. Okay, these 2 teams are playing at this time, right? Like that's kind of what I think with that, because as far as the stream's concerned, the whole reason why we have the rigid schedule is because we want the streams to be consistent and we want to grow the viewership.
We want people to know exactly when it's going to come on,
Yeah.
and we want them to be able to trust that it's going to be on.
Exactly, but that's like also falls on like you guys wanting to cast, but shit happens, people are late, and then everything gets pushed back. So like
As
you have one game starting at 6:15, doesn't start till 7 o'clock, but you have another game supposed to be starting at 7:30. So that game then gets pushed back, and
Right,
you just have a whole bunch of people sitting in your stream chat for 45 minutes waiting for a game.
Right. Which I think is something that we definitely want to work on, and that we're kind of got some stuff lined up to make it a little bit more streamlined, and we plan on being a little bit more strict.
We're coming through you were talk again?
Oh, you can hear me through OJ's thing?
Yeah, okay, he fixed it. All right.
All right. But yeah, no, we want to work on that, and we want to get better at that. So that's definitely a point of contention.
something I've seen in so I watch like a lot of different fucking esports. So in the Smite League, in the Smite Pro League, I think it's 5 or 10 minutes that team's late, they lose a map.
Oh,
So
damn.
like they lose a game.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm not mad
So like that, I mean, if they do end up showing up and they're down 2-0 and they lose that control, like it's over.
at that.
I
Right.
like that.
Like
I'm not mad at
That's
that.
real.
I'm not mad at that.
That's real. So let's go back a little. That's why we want to be kind of particular and about who we prioritize as team captains, right? So, that whole not having people be late and shit. Some people are better at being captains and getting their people there on time than others, and that's kind of what we're talking about. Like, we have history with players, and so some teams maybe we prioritize and I'm going to use this distinction, but we have no official plan to have this for split one. But the Canada Conference teams versus the Trapper Dan League teams, right? Like, those Canada Conference teams are not getting forfeits. I mean, theoretically, we all know what's happened, but they're showing up, they're fucking on top of their schedule, whatever, right?
They're more dedicated. That's why they're better. That's why.
That's weird. What's happening with you?
it's also a respect thing too.
Losing some
If you're gonna sign
Facts.
up to do something, like you better fucking be there.
facts, and that's why we want to prioritize the people that have signed up, that have done it before and have done it well, and get those guys in the league because they've put in the work and we trust them, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah.
Also, there is a position that we're looking to fill where it's going to be somebody that actually wrangles up the teams before the next match. So there actually will be somebody whose position, hopefully it is, to make sure the teams are aware their match is coming up, that they have their players, and I think with a little bit more, responsibility on our end for that, and just reaching out and talking to the captains and letting them know their match is coming up, that'll help a little bit too.
I think a lot of smoothness, like a lot that could help. Actually, I just thought of this. So you know how there's the join codes or whatever this year. So like the teams could like already be in the lobby, like waiting for that game to finish or whatever, and then all you guys have to do is just take like a short break to go get water or whatever, right? And then you can join up on the lobby and then set up the team,
Perfect. 100%.
and then boom.
100%. And it's hard for Frankie to do that when he's casting, right? So having that extra person that can maneuver while Frankie casts, or if Frankie's doing something else tech-wise for the stream or whatever, and I'm doing whatever I got going on, then we can hopefully have that run, like you said, run smoother, which will be dope, which will be nice.
Well, so then that's the thing too. Like, what I really want to do is have it be like when on Sunday, when you got the dudes in the fucking studio for football and they're chopping it up, and then they're like, we're about to go into the first game, and then whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And then it turns out that these guys are getting wrecked or whatever, so they're going to switch games. They go back to the studio and they're like, hey, man, we're going to go watch that other game. And they do it, right? But they come back to these studio dudes, and we have more reasons and opportunities to come back to the studio dudes than they do, because we take a break in between every map. We're not like running hella commercials like they are. So like all of those times we could have people coming in to in between the map while it's getting set up, and someone could hop on Discord or whatever and be like, yo, fucking dude was popping off on that map. He was really controlling these points. Let's see, like giving that little assessment, like things to look for on the next one. Well, they were coming in super hard on just kind of the stuff that the casters talk about anyways, but to be able to come in and like have the camera change right in that downtime while the map's going, or while they're getting set up for the next shit. Because we haven't really designated how we're going to do the hosting too. So like if we got to go join a new lobby or whatever, like all that time on the stream is not the best time. So like if we can fill that with something else,
Right.
better
production value.
And what that does is that allows, and I hate to say this, but it allows time to not be so on point with the games, because as long as the stream's running and we have something that's entertaining and relevant, then
they can take their time.
the audience will just eat that up, and it'll just be cool, and then the game can start when it starts. Right.
Do you guys know how to set up the like the Alpha and Bravo streams?
Is that on Twitch?
Yeah. So the CDL did it for Major One. I think they're gonna continue to do it. It could maybe increase the volume of games, so people are still wanting to play
Right.
those eight games, and you could have 2 games going at the same time on different streams. So,
They
for
were on
example,
under the same account though.
yeah, under the same account. I'm not entirely sure how to do it. There's probably a video somewhere on YouTube,
Well,
but
I mean, that's definitely something that happens when you get to
and
partner, which we're not at yet.
gotcha.
Well, that's the team. So the team thing you can switch between. Like you can designate people as your team, and on your page, you can just like pick the windows or whatever. I guess at least that's how they sell it to us. But obviously we're not there. This Alpha and Bravo thing, I saw that they had done that because they had. I think they actually had four.
Four. It was
Yeah.
it was four. Yeah.
That would be dope.
That would be super dope.
Then play multiple games at one time.
And then yes, we can have as many. And at that point, I mean, we can raise the amount of teams in the league to whatever if they're happening off screen and not casting.
Yeah, and what I've seen that they do in other leagues, I think, and just there was like a couple weeks last year, I was doing some research. They they'll just be like, you got to have it done by Saturday type shit. You guys get together and figure out what time, which was
We tried that.
right, but we were also trying to fit them
Stream
into
everything.
schedules, and like we were saying, pick a time, but it's with these slots. And there were other issues that were happening with that. But if everybody postponed their thing till Saturday, then it doesn't really matter if we're not streaming them all, right? But we definitely want. I think at least want to stream. I don't know, 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, 2 games, 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times a week. I like that.
Well, I mean that's yeah.
But anyways, I mean, we don't gotta get hung up on that.
Yeah,
So
no,
we'll
exactly.
We'll figure that out.
I'm gonna look up the. I'll put this to the side. I'll look up how to kind of do that, Mac. I'll see if we can do that.
But I mean, if you guys can't, you could always just stream through Discord. Like have each caster be in. Like say you have 3 games going on at the same time.
Yeah.
You could have 3 separate channels for the casters who are going to be in there, and they're going to be streaming their screen, and you could just hop in and then just kind of just mute
Do
your
the
mic
same
and
thing.
let
Yeah,
him do his
exactly.
thing.
Right.
True.
100%, and that's definitely a way to do exactly what I was saying, where we pop back in.
In and out of the
You know,
games.
yeah.
We have the caster, and then we have the studio,
Exactly.
and then we could pop in and out. That's cool.
And ideally, I think it would be 2 casters per game and a studio. It's like it could be a whole thing. But like, what are we going to be able to pull off is the thing. But okay, so we definitely are considering different things about the teams and potentially the playing and / streaming. Because how many is 8 games in a season, or not in a season, in the split, which is 6 weeks, mind you. Well, 7 with the makeup thing.
2 weeks that you
Is that enough?
play double games.
Yeah, there'd be a couple weeks where you play 2 games. Is that enough games? Or is that not enough games? Hello?
I mean, well, enough.
How many games? You said 8 games each for a split?
8
Yeah.
in 7 weeks, or 6 in 6.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You just have 2 weeks where you have a doubleheader. Like people
Yeah.
should be able to move their schedules around for that.
Yeah,
I
it's
would.
not bad.
I would think at least.
And you'll have the schedules weeks ahead, so I mean, hopefully,
Right.
be able to.
But yeah,
plan
we
out.
just gotta figure out when.
Now think
Gotta
about
figure
this.
out when and if we want to do casting matches or.
Think about this. What do you guys think about? Let's say we have 18 teams, and we want to do, let's say, 16. What do you think about those last 2 roster spots? Those 4 teams playing each other to get those spots. Like maybe we take 10 people, 10 teams that we know will be good, great, or 12 teams that we know will be great, whatever the number is, and then have the last whatever amount of people play for those last roster spots, because that's what we're kind of thinking. If we have 24 teams, you know, how many?
At that point, though, I feel like we should just be doing exhibition tournament to decide those spots because we want
For
this league to be as competitive as possible. Like no diss to fucking Dragon Gang, but like
facts,
watching their matches like
facts. I get
most
that.
enjoyable.
So let me ask you this. Dragon Gang, because they were consistent and showing up for their matches
Sure.
for the most part.
Till the end.
Would you rather have a team that maybe comes in that exhibition game, performs really well, but we don't know if they'll show up, or do we want Dragon Gang that we know is going to show
You
up?
kind of have to have that. You kind of have to have that risk though. Like Dragon Gang, yes, they showed up every week, but they got blown out every week too.
Facts.
Sure.
So
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So let's give them the list of what our priorities are at right now.
Okay.
All right. So we have a list that we were considering. So here's where we're at. We were considering, and then what I'm leaning towards, and we both have different ideas somewhat, but I was leaning towards 12 teams, 16 teams, whatever. Leave some of those roster spots open. Pick the 10, 12 most reliable that we know will be there that are competitive, and then let them play out. You obviously think they all, at that point, OJ feels like everybody should just play to see who's in, right? And then, but the priority that we were looking at was first and foremost the OG skunks. They're in, right?
That's right. Get a skunk. We got you.
We got you. Previous captains that have performed well. Number 2, new captains with experience in the league. Then second teams from previous captains that were successful, new captains, and then previous captains with negative experiences. So that's kind of the list that we were thinking of. And again, it's not solidified, but we were going to pick those teams that match those criteria, and whatever's left over, let people play, for those spots. But
Yeah.
that's something that we were
Again, we've got a few different things we've been talking about on ways to
Right.
solve a lot of teams.
But if there's a ridiculous amount of teams, how do we pick the 12, 16, whatever teams that are in the league is probably one of the bigger issues.
I like that. I like that list though. I like that idea. Like the way you guys prioritized it. Like, I think that's solid.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
here's another question for you guys: are we switching the concept of how it's usually like how it's always been played, where it's league matches, major one, and like the last tournament is like decided for it all, or are we doing league matches, tournament with some cash, league matches, tournament with some cash, league matches, tournament with some cash, and then what's the plan here?
The plan is kind of similar to previous seasons with just one less split and one less tournament to make it shorter.
But then that way we'd be able to do 2 sooner than, because here's the concern with the length of the thing. There's always that time at the end where everyone's over it, right? The game.
Yeah.
And now we've got this for 2 years. So we're like, okay, maybe like the last 6 months potentially are people don't want to play this game.
Yeah, you can get tired of it sooner than
So like we were thinking to be able to do 2 seasons in a year and a half. We take out a split, which would take a tournament with it, and then we'd run the 2.
shorter, but we'd run the next season quicker than we normally have.
Exactly.
So rather than wait until next January and having 3 months where we're off, maybe we start sooner and just have 2 shorter leagues. So we're ending around the end of summer next year.
Yeah. So like the way this is, we finish up first week of August, kind of. I think it's first week of August, and so then like we could start again in fucking October or September or something.
Have like a,
You know what I mean?
I think as long as it ends around the time of like CDL champs, 'cause I feel like CDL champs is like the last week that people are like really grinding like
right.
the
Exactly.
game. So as long as it's in I think either like a 2-week span, even if it's like later, if it's like 2 weeks after, that's fine. But like last year, like CDL champs was like what, August, and then our champs was in
September.
like late September. Like I know my team at least, we had like a big ass break like from the game, because it's just like after CDL champs, it's like you can't even really watch any Pro VOD or anything like that. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
know,
No,
that's
and that's actually funny because the year before it ended way before our league, and we felt that really tough. So last year we tried to end it even sooner, and still
They
didn't
moved
really hit
theirs up too.
They moved theirs up too, so we
Yeah.
missed the mark on that again. And then so we're exactly. So this year we want to do 6 weeks. That way, there's no way they're gonna end before us if we do 6 weeks in a tournament. It'll be close. So
2. What?
I
Yeah.
think-
When are they scheduled to do theirs?
I'll tell you right now. I
Okay.
think it's in July.
Right.
So we're
They
first
start-
week of August, so I mean
Yeah,
that's right
it's
there.
close. It's close.
Yeah.
We both are moving sooner and
Upper,
sooner.
yeah, yep, quicker, yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
I do.
exactly.
I like the idea of the summer though. That's when everybody's out. I think August, first week of August, is a good one because people are still out and summer.
Yeah, we were trying to wrap it up before people go back to school and shit, and
Yeah.
then everyone will get settled, and then we'll start the new one. That's kind of.
And there's going to have to be some type of update or drop or something for Christmas. They're not going to let this game sit and not have a major update before Christmas. So we'll have. I mean,
I'm just
They
praying
need
to
to-
God
they
I'm not
need-
using the scarf for much longer.
They need to update now.
facts.
The way these fucking spawns are set up, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
dude, shit's trash right now.
Yeah.
How are the pros doing it? They're doing all right.
They started scrimming again yesterday, and they were like, "Bro, this shit's chucked."
Bro, and it's literally like 6 teams that are scrimming right now because 90% of the rosters, dude. You could ask me who's on whose roster right now. I couldn't tell you. Besides, like New York and Seattle.
Oh yeah, they're moving
Oh,
around.
damn.
Yeah, they're moving. Our city's
bad, dude.
left too, right? He's off.
No, our
FaZe.
city's is still there.
He's off. Oh, he's on FaZe.
No, he's on LAG. No.
LAG,
but,
yeah.
Dude, shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit's
I've
crazy.
been doing a pretty decent amount of coaching the last couple of weeks because our roster is just so hit or miss. And good lord, looking at a mini map every day, this shit just confuses the hell out of me sometimes.
Bro, let me tell you.
This shit's not fun.
Yeah, I seen someone spawn on top of someone. I was like, okay, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, and half
saw
their
it.
teams across the map too. Shit's crazy. I'm just
Goodness.
like, all right, bro. It's just so unpredictable this year. Like, it's really hard to learn. Like, cause everything's like, it's really a 50-50. Like, where are you gonna spawn?
Some
You just
people.
gotta pick the right one.
I've heard people like it because they don't get trapped as much. Is that a thing, or is that just?
It depends on the map.
Depends on the map. Like if you set up well, you can pin teams, but then it'll just be a random ass spawn that'll spawn one person out. You think you're missing one, you turn around, now your whole setup is broken, or it'll just the game will just give you a random pinch spawn. Like, oh here, like one person's not looking at the back for this 0.3 seconds that he has to spawn. Now he spawns in the back. You have a natural pinch.
Right.
It's a lot. So
It's great. Okay.
yeah. But anyway, that's off topic.
Yeah, but no, but hey, man, shit. Update now.
I
Update
think
Christmas.
We have to wait to see how many teams sign up before we make a decision of how many teams we let in.
100%.
Because
Yeah.
if there's like 30 plus teams that sign up, I think we have to put it to like a
Tournament.
play-in tournament at that point. We're not gonna because at that
Yeah.
point we have more teams that you guys know than actual slots.
No, 100%. And then there was another idea of if we hit like a ridiculous amount to maybe this is the time we go to a pay $10 a person or something. That'll weed some comp out too. So there's a few different ideas. We don't know what we want to do, but we 100% agree that we don't want to make any decisions till we see what the volume of teams are. So I actually recommended to Frank that we make the sign up a little bit shorter so we can get a full idea on who's signing up and not have it run all the way to the 10th. But then there is some benefits to that as well with the exhibition tournament and being able to recruit for a couple weeks to get people in. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think we should leave it open for a while and just try to get as many, or do you think we should
I think
push
you
it?
guys cut it like. What you guys have it over? You guys have the 29th to the 10th. Or is that?
Yeah.
Summer?
Yeah, till the 10th. It's the week, like it ends 2 days after the
11
exhibition tournament.
11 days or whatever it is.
Yeah, so the idea was that people could play in the tournament or watch the tournament and kind of get a feel for what's going on and then sign up.
Right.
Still have a couple days, but we wanted to open the signups as soon as possible.
And I just
At
thought
the
of
same
something.
time.
Maybe we shorten team signups, but we still allow free agent signups. Is an idea.
Yeah, I think free agent signups are always
Throw
happy
it
around.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
At
I
that
guess
point, though, it's like people who enter teams aren't going to aren't gonna need as like many like free agents as like one. Like I know fucking like demigods always need fucking free agents because they always have pickup team. But like actual teams like that like scrim together, play together, they're never gonna need they're never gonna need an outside free agent other than the 6 players they list on a roster.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree that we're getting to a point like you guys said with Instinct and MCG. Like there's organizations now, so we actually at some point want to move to where it's all organizations and you just throw whatever team out there you want to throw out there. But that's way down the line.
Yeah, I wanted to. I think that the org, like, we're a good place for people to kind of build that, and someone with that kind of mentality, like OJ or fucking Havoc, apparently, we kind of give them a good place to do that. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that there is something to be said where at one point, potentially, we've got fucking 12 orgs and they're each putting one team in. But they've all got multiple teams, and then where there's also Trapper Dan League, and then they're filling that in, and so like there's a lot of
growth to be had still.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential. We got 5 teams signed up right now,
and we definitely respect the team, like the teams that are organized. Like OJ, like I said that, like man, he can run 3 teams. Like I take a second OJ team over a brand new rando team, and that's kind of where. We were kind of having to try to figure out a distinction of what are we doing? Are we going to have an org that has 7 teams and that's half of the league? Like, is that fun? Is that cool to watch? I mean, if it's great games, I guess it's great games.
Yeah,
but like
exactly. So that was one thing because we were saying 12, and then everyone's like, you're gonna have way more than 12 motherfuckers sign up, right. And then I'm thinking, well, 3 of them are MCG and 2 of them are Instinct. That's almost half of 12. So like that's kind of what sparked this. Well, maybe we should be
figuring out who those originals like.
Should we be prioritizing people? We had that solution. Then we had, are we going to expand this or how's?
Yeah, there's a whole lot.
So the way I see it right now is we have 12 teams and you guys cast all of their games or whatever. We have 16 teams and you cast 3. We have 24 teams and you cast 2, so on and so forth. But right. if we get a third amount, like 48 teams, like
right,
like you guys can't possibly cast them all, so we're gonna have to switch to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to switch to that point or restrict how many people.
Casting and taking pictures of like match results, and then you guys just casting like
take it from there
tournaments, but like only like the top 12 in that tournament type thing.
Well, the way we have it set up right now, we have 96 casts, right? Frank?
Yeah.
For the 7 weeks, or 6 weeks actually, because we don't know how many is coming up 7, but that would still be the same number. So never mind. So we have 96 casts that we're going to do in the 7 weeks. Whether that's split up between 8 for 12 or 6 for 16 or 4 for 20 or whatever the numbers are, right? We only have so many castings we can do. So that, like you said, at that point, depending on how many teams, and this is kind of what we were saying is we got to wait to see how many teams are there before we can really put a schedule or together. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to have 48 teams. I think we're going to have close to like 25, but who am I? You guys know better than me.
It'd be like
25 is a lot.
Realistically,
25
Pulse guys and Mac and those guys have 2 or 3 teams. Havoc has fucking 7 teams. I've got teams.
7? Holy goddamn shit, brother!
Yeah.
I've got to relax over there.
Yeah.
I've got 3 teams. It's like at that point that's it's like 14 teams already.
That's 14 right
plus,
there.
Like plus like outsourced teams. Like we have over like 300 people in this Discord.
Right. Very true. Very true.
I heard Misfits are coming back. That's another team.
Yeah, dude, I seen CV join the fucking thing yesterday, and I said it in general chat. I didn't get response, but
we got Ronin as a team still. We got Kinetics.
Yeah, there's a lot of returns and a lot of news.
Well, they're still up in the air. I'll be the first. We're still up in the air right now. We're gonna figure it out though.
Okay. And that gives you time, and that's what I'm saying. And there's one thing to be said for a team that signs up with like 4 people or 5 people. And then there's other teams with like 6 or 7 too. So that we still got some roster like to decide how many people you can even have in your roster. That might spawn more teams. Like, so there's a lot going on.
The way I say right now is we wait and see how many people sign up, and
Agree.
See the like the team, the teams, and then decide, or
Yeah.
and like let it like if there's like a huge like influx of teams, let them do a play-in tournament, which is like requires like the best 12, 16, 20 teams to get in.
I like playing in. I'm a big fan of that one.
Or
And I
I
definitely.
like the plan.
I'm remiss. Well, remiss. I'm not going to use it. I would like to continue to be casting all the games. Obviously, not me personally casting all the games, but someone. And but if we had a hell of teams and we still had like a nice streaming schedule, then I think it would
like you
still
guys
be
said, you guys
legit.
96 cast, right?
That's our plan right now. Is what
96 cast. So
what we-
even if there's 48 teams, you guys still cast
2 of each.
2 of each. So at least
Potentially.
that's
And-
higher than nothing.
Yeah,
And
and
the rest
96
like,
is kind of a lot.
whatever
96 is kind of a lot.
six other matches can just be posted in a
Like
fucking
Google
like
Matching.
match sort of thing, and then you guys can also keep track of
Stats.
stuff like that.
And that's another thing that we haven't talked about at all, but is something that is very high on my agenda. I want stats very badly. I want to start seeing who's the best at what. And I'm a big football junkie, been a sports nerd my whole life, so
I've also
stats are important to me.
I've also seen guys like in and around who make fucking like make those kind of like stat cards as well, like football cards, baseball cards, shit like that. And have like fucking like player
Call
cards.
of Duty. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can send a
Yeah.
picture in right now.
Exactly.
That'd be dope. I think we got some. That'd be beyond dope. And then obviously we got jerseys coming for Trapper Dan and all kind of stuff. So, but even just content, just bragging rights. I'm the type like shit. You guys are doing the work, putting in the work. Brag on that shit. And I think that stats bring a whole nother level of competition
I'm sending it in the general chat right now.
back to the league. So.
All right. I got the spreadsheet linked and all of the good stuff, so I'll be able to.
Hey, you
do
should
that.
accept that request. That's Curry.
Juicy. I thought I did.
Yeah, no, it's
Hey, I was watching the last game last year, man. Kobe was balling. Curry, Pulse. That was the second to last one was pretty good. I'm excited. I was getting excited. I wanted to do a montage of the last couple series last year.
I want to get a montage of the last year. That was not a good one.
Some clips.
We smoked. We smoked Sukos' team.
Sukos' team was
Sukos' team got smoked.
Sukos' team got smoked and then forfeited or booted, whatever you want to use.
yeah, because they cheated, dude.
Fuck. What the fuck?
I love it.
Little
I love
slimy
it.
snake.
What up, Curry? What you got going on?
Yo, the fucking uproar that ensued, that shit was crazy.
Funny.
Like everyone was fucking
Facts.
about it. Yeah.
They ended up winning that game and then it got overturned, right?
No, we won. We won anyways. But
They got removed though. They didn't get to go to the losers bracket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out Aries.
Yeah. Like what the fuck? Like that was the choice. Don't put Aries in. Like
Yeah.
Shout out Aries.
I mean, thanks for letting us know. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we would have fucking been. Credibility is very important to us. We're trying to build something from nothing. People don't believe that you're fair or that you got the right shit going on. They're not going to play. Not the type of people that we want to play in our league. So, again, shout out Aries. Appreciate you, man. Sukos, what the fuck?
Oh,
No.
clowning.
But anyways.
Okay, I'm seeing these cards. Okay.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are dope.
Yeah, these are cool.
With the stats. Those got stats right there?
Yeah, they got stats on them.
Balling.
Oh, Scrappy. I was like, someone's named Crappy? Okay.
Some holographics. I like it.
Happy.
Hell yeah. We'll fuck around and we'll have packs. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I got 6 Sukoses.
And then a trading card game where you can put down the players
That'd
and
be a
play each
terrible
other.
Sukos-
Roll the dice.
Terrible pack.
We're taking it straight to Pokemon trading cards, and I did win a badge, so I know
Exactly.
how
Y'all
this
go,
goes.
y'all go trapper down from jerseys to fucking card manufacturing, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Let's go.
We'll start a whole new thing.
That's hilarious. Okay, so the jerseys, we want to do that. I think we're going to introduce it a little bit later than like off the rip. And
Second season.
we'll kind of let people, get settled because we got to start to finish those pretty quick. And we don't want to like make a bunch for teams that quit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. So that's really early in the process on how we want to go about getting that done. But yeah, we want to do jerseys. Maybe, obviously, for maybe there's some credentials we're thinking of, like, in the league for 2 splits or something like that. Because I'd hate to waste my time making jerseys for people that are gonna quit in 5 weeks.
Yeah, literally 90% of the fucking league last year.
Right, and not buy the jerseys because that's time out of Frankie's
Hey,
time.
I bought the jersey, dog.
you did. You did.
I still have it.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, my
Peace out, Aries.
That's balling.
All
So,
right.
yeah,
So, Juicy, Kobe, y'all came on. You got something to say?
That's Curry, and that's Pulse, right?
Yeah, Pulse.
Or Instinct down
Nah,
Munchers
Pulse, but
Academy
they have a
now.
different
Munchers Academy.
Munchers Academy.
Okay. I think
Let's
did I just
go.
follow y'all on Instagram? I think I did.
Munchers Academy.
Munchers Academy.
Anything?
Balling. How
All
many
right,
teams
well,
y'all
we
got? Kobe? 2? Okay. Bet.
Okay, that's two.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
see,
whatever,
everyone's
that's
got.
whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Wait, 2? Who's our 2?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Well,
I
there
think we
you
only
go.
have 1.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, I don't think so, dude.
Just us. Wait, who's our 2?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, no, he's keeping that close to the vest. Picking up the vibes.
Oh, okay. I get it.
We'll see on these signups.
Yeah, we'll see when the time comes. So,
Oh, we just got a 6th team. There's now 3 MCGs and 3 Instincts.
bet. And you got, is that full roster 6 or is that just starters
is
4?
Full 6 is one of them. One of them is 5.
Oh wow, I'm impressed.
No, wait. I lied to you. 4 out of 6 are 6, and 2 of them. One of them's 4, and one of them's 5.
Still impressive. All right.
Where's the sign up set?
It's I'll drop it right now. Actually,
Yeah, we're
It was put in a really bad spot. It was put in captain's chat.
it was well. That was on purpose. I put it in captains a little earlier because there was that.
the priority list.
guess
We wanted the previous captains to get
Yeah,
in because
we,
we wanted to
yeah.
see how many. Because we knew y'all had a lot of teams, so we wanted to see first where we at with that.
Forced that link to other players.
It was kind of.
Impromptu as well.
Well, that idea was birthed when it was still. We were thinking that we were gonna have to encourage people to sign up for 12. So it was when the idea was still like last year, where it was first come first serve with 12. We're like, all right, well, we'll drop the link in the captain's chat first, so
Facts.
returning teams can get in. And
Right.
but it's not like that anymore. So, but I'm gonna drop it
Because
in
of
there.
y'all, shit, y'all are doing the balling ass recruitment job. That's on y'all.
Facts.
We got some plans too, staff members to give them some discounts, to give them some perks, things like that.
Yes.
Also, when it comes to maybe if you are a team captain, designing your jerseys, maybe we give you priority and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I need to be like number 1 there.
for sure.
Let's go.
And then we also maybe help putting together a list. We have like tasks that we need done or what would want people to help out with. Maybe we can come, get some help like putting together the job titles and what all is needed and stuff like that too. Because we got a couple things that I think, like I was saying earlier, we have somebody who's rounding up the teams, somebody who's taking stats. You guys said there's a whole plethora of casters out there.
You guys like post like there's a whole bunch of like casters.
Mhm.
Did you guys make like an advertisement for like Twitter or something like that?
We have not yet.
No,
We have not
like
yet.
for staff, Loki, is that what you're talking about?
No, for like advertising the league itself for like
In general, no.
No, we're putting ourselves in a position to be able to do that starting in this first split. That's why we changed all the handles on all the Instagrams and everything, or social medias to Canna League. So
we split, right? So like on Twitch and YouTube, we split Canna Crew and KGL, right?
Yeah.
And
You guys had like some fucking like Friday night freestyles where like it'd only be like the OG skunks that watch it, but then you guys could have like 30 viewers in like a COD match.
Exactly.
And then also if we wanted to do like paid advertising or whatever on YouTube or Twitch, I don't think you do it on Twitch, but
I think like you guys need paid advertising. I feel like you just make like an advert on Twitter, and
right.
guaranteed you guys get fucking like hella retweets, and then a whole bunch of people just fucking like have like an influx and flood in type thing.
Right.
Well,
Because say Mac retweets it, I retweet it, like that's more people seeing.
Right. And we want the content when you go to YouTube for it to be consistent. You know, we don't, if we got a 16-year-old looking for COD games, we don't want them to pull it up and we're taking fat rips on the fucking bong and rapping about
whatever
the fuck. So that's 100. We 100% agree with that. It won't take much marketing. And if you didn't know this, I used to do marketing for Google. So I literally, those 5-second ads that pop up on YouTube that you can't click out of anymore, I was a part of creating that. So like, you're welcome.
Awesome.
But no, so I got some dope plans for us once we get our page up and running. You're right. It's not going to take much marketing, but we got to have everything. The content has to be on point and consistent.
Are we just like, is that what we're doing for like the split one? We're just like keeping it close and then having an advert for split two, or?
No, I mean we'll put. You're just talking about like putting content out there on Twitter about the league.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely be doing that. It's just, and that's part of one of the staff things. We want to figure out a way to kind of streamline the hustling of clips out of the games, and then we kind of put them out there. Like we got TikTok and all of that, but TikTok's just as active as Twitter right now. So, but that's definitely a thing. And we also want to put content like the Reels kind of content, which is the TikTok shit, on Facebook. Facebook's popping. They've been trying to get the gaming going. I don't know. They like to cut shit out, so who knows if they do that, if it's not up to their standard, because they haven't been able to like dethrone Twitch or anything. But
Twitch is gonna grow. Twitch is gonna boom this year, I think.
I just want to let y'all in on something. I got a video that's got 6.8 million views on my personal Facebook page where I'm talking shit about an Uber Eats order thing, and now I can I've signed up for the creator thing through Facebook. I fucking reposted that, and I've made $92. They're gonna pay me in 16 days. Fucking
That's fine.
yeah. So we want to do that with KGL, right? So we want to get clips and shit on there and all that stuff. So,
and that's gonna grow our the prize, because our prize. The thing about our prize is forever growing until the day it's paid out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the more ways we can kind of streamline this, and not just necessarily for the league, but for you guys, like the more recognition we get, you guys get, the better. And the more money, the tournaments, the leagues, we potentially get to a place where we can pay people to be part of the staff. Like, it's only up from here. It's just a matter of making it look, making it right.
yeah. So definitely we'll be posting and making content on Twitter. If somebody likes doing that and wants to help us do that in the league, let us know, because that's something that we've got a couple of things written down. Content creators, people to like go out and recruit. The overlays. You like the overlays? Okay. Yeah. Those are dope. And that kind of shit, like a dedicated person on the computer to fuck with that shit, especially while it's happening or before or whatever, is always fantastic. And that's, I was gonna, since we stream from my computer, like I was gonna try to do that and then have casters fill in what I was doing, kind of thing. Right. So
like, imagine if we, like, in between matches, we ask, like, well, what happened on that? And we're able to pull up the clip while the dude's talking about what he thought he saw or didn't see, and it's playing on the stream. Like, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
And what up, Vega?
Yeah. And so that's kind of like the interviews, like the interviewing people when in between games and shit like that. Like, it's a lot easy. It'll be easier for us to line that shit up if I'm not like on the thing, doing the thing, boop, 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 trying to get people to come into the game, and then I can facilitate an interview or, switch the camera to two people, to a person who's interviewing the teams. That's not me or whatever, right? So like, there's a lot we can do. We just need a couple more hands on deck during the streams, and we can fucking maximize that shit.
And that should be
and to OJ's point, which I just want you to know, OJ, that I've never been up to this idea before today when you brought it up. That if we did stream less, then there can be more focus on those ones, and the clips are kind of coming from that, or users submitted. Oh, speaking of, just touch on this, we want to bring back clip of the week. We want people to clip from games they play in the league, right? So like, submit your best clip from your match kind of thing. And then we'll take that and reuse it as content, on TikTok and Facebook and shit. And
there's talks for being a prize every week, cash prize, or maybe discount to Trapper or something or whatever.
Gift certificates,
whatever, something like that.
Like
those, there's incentive for that too, not just obviously.
Well, I mean, clout, right? So
yeah,
exactly. So like, if we get some shit popping on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, and it's you, then you get fucking tagged out in that or whatever too. So
very true.
Or like the team, it's got your team shit on there,
right?
Yeah. So
lots of room. I think overall message, there's lots of room for growth. I think we all love what we're doing and have a good time doing it. So if you're down, we'd enjoy to have, I'd love to have you guys be a part of the growth, and like even on a bigger scale besides just balling out every week.
Yeah, I mean, and even like Discord stuff or whatever. Like if there's someone's out there and they're trying to help out, and whatever you like to do, we can figure out a way for you to do that. So that's kind of.
And update on the Discord, we boosted up. We're in level 2.
Oh shit,
we're in level 2 with the boosts.
Yeah, we're trying to make sure that we want people to do their team audio and the thing, so we can do the listen-ins, because those were dope.
Very dope.
I think that now the listen-in with the guy in the chair in the studio, quote unquote, the listen-in is even more fluid and doesn't like the caster won't have to jump in there and get like fucking radio silent. I could just patch in the audio low key.
Right, we'll still be able to have commenting going while the listening is happening, potentially.
Yeah, and so
and comments, Vega, what's up, brother?
Oh, Vega, what
Good
up,
to
dog?
see you. And yes, we do have free agents, Vega. Definitely consider being a free agent, brother.
I think we get maybe 3 other free agents in the signing of a team.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, there you go.
And then Mummy, we'll see you later. We'll see you in a little bit.
FA signups coming soon. So I'm about to drop this. I'm going to ping everybody. Here's the link. Signups are open for the season. Link is in the announcements. Right now. And
get in there ASAP. Sign your team up ASAP. Yeah. Get a full roster of 6, because there are going to be considerations to how many people are going to be allowed in the league. And you want your team to have every box checked.
Yeah, 2 teams that are exactly the same in every other respect, but one has 6 and one has 5. We're going to pick the one with 6.
Facts.
How come I'm only allowed to sign up one team at a time? Or one team?
No.
Like with your email?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Also, why?
I know that's just a default setting.
Personally, but like, I was not about to list my players' emails. I don't even know my players' emails. I just put skip.
That is to start to build the ad campaigns for sure, email campaigns. We're looking into doing discounts and stuff and cross promotion. So,
or like when like I have a list of some emails. It's not very large, of people who have signed up in the past for tournaments and whatnot when we required it, and those people can get an email like when the season's starting, or like
nowadays. Like I know like y'all generation like big an email like these younger kids like I'm gonna say like 22 and like lower, you can check emails worth shit, bro.
But it's like
No, that's facts.
there's a very low percentage of return on emails, but there is a percentage of returns, and sometimes someone's got to see it 4 times before they do it. And then they do it, and then it's their favorite thing that they
Don't get
do
me wrong,
now
like
on
y'all,
Tuesdays and
y'all can have
Wednesdays.
my email. I hardly check my email, but like I'm not gonna go list like fucking like some random ass like I'm not gonna go list Aries email, bro. I got it.
No, that's fine. I mean, and hey, it's not a mandatory thing, right? You were able to click skip, so.
No, he typed in skip.
Oh, he typed in. Oh, shit.
I was like,
shit.
nah. I submit that shit like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, nah, I ain't gonna go
I don't
message
know.
you guys. Hey, what's your email?
What's your email, bro? I know. I'm not mad at that. You know, it's more or less just you putting together all the aspects of marketing. That's more of a marketing thing. So that was my request, by the way, that we get emails. So that was my deal, and it was just so I can have more marketing, and that's pretty much it.
OJ, it shouldn't be restricted to only one because you don't have to sign in to sign up. Like you don't have to log into your Google.
Yeah, maybe I just can only sign in with like one email. Let me check.
Maybe you were logged in.
Because that is definitely a setting on Google Forms, but it is not selected on this form. So you should be good.
Because
We're now at 7.
doing it myself.
And that's why they have
As the captain.
Okay.
No, I was gonna list their names as the captains. I was gonna have myself be 3 different captains for 3 different teams. Although I could.
Right. Well, definitely things to be voted on.
Could you? That's the question.
I mean, like,
as of right now, yes, you can.
I get my players there, bro. I don't know. What
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. Hey, like I said, I'm not rather have an OJ2 team than second team than a lot of these people's first team. So I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, for real. We can just scrap the instinct teams all together and just put 18 OJ teams in there.
There you go.
The OJs.
Yes, sir.
Exactly, bro. Change the league name and everything.
That's hilarious. Facts. All right. No, that's damn. This might.
So there are a lot of things to consider. We definitely need to know how many teams are, what the interest is like. So at this point, I guess we're just trying to get everyone to sign up so we can get everyone together, figure out exactly what we want to do.
You guys have like 6 teams in less than like 12 hours of releasing the shit, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's real.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I dropped that link last night in the team captains chat, and only 2 of the captains signed up their teams. So,
I mean,
you know.
From previous.
Havoc's got more teams coming in, so.
Oh, yeah. No, we're definitely not done at 7. I would be very
We have
surprised.
7 now.
Yeah, no, we have 7 now.
Oh.
No, and
We've gone from 5 to 7 in this past
30
week.
30 minutes. Yeah. Comments outdated is asking, is it a rule that you can't be a captain and play? And the answer is no. You can be a captain and play. That's a roster spot. As a captain, you have a roster spot.
Yeah, captains take a roster, one of the 6.
Exactly.
And it's always been like that. But the captain can sit on the bench. That's whatever.
And yeah,
I did when I had a team.
who you start is on you.
Well, I wanted to.
I'm like the best bench rider.
The taxman, baby.
Yeah.
You knew. And then
know
and another thing we've been considering, you know, for you guys that like to use free agents, maybe I'll be a free agent. Maybe you'll have to use
You
me.
gotta bring
Make sure your people are on time or one of us is playing with you.
And it's bad. It's bad.
You gotta bring Boogaloo back, bro. Like, come on.
I talk. Hey, I still talk to the Boogaloo boys. I mean, they are.
They playing Valorant now?
No, well, a couple of them are. I think Blue's playing Bike's playing other stuff. But I will say this: they're waiting for what's it called, league play. So they don't like grinding on multiplayer. So they're
CEO mosh pit, dog. It's trash, but it works.
does it.
Get in there. Y'all ain't got the fucking grind like us. Come on.
Hey, you know,
I ain't alive and playing fucking shit ton of Warzone.
yeah.
Oh,
Boogaloo was always a
Warzone 2 is definitely better, 100%.
Is it?
Without
Is
a
it?
doubt.
So you hear anyone that's stream chatting anyone in here? Want to play some Warzone? Never find me.
Okay, outdated as a second part. You can't captain one team and be on another roster.
Oh,
So that's I mean that's real. That does
No,
conflict though with the first thing that you said that we were all in agreement of was that
trying
if
to say is
if
if you're
the
captain on one roster, you can't be on another roster.
right. So that was kind of that thing we had last year. Remember when we had a team that had two teams and they were trying to use free agents for both teams? And there was just like
or like a person from one team to be a free agent on the other
another
team.
team. Yeah, that's I
Not
think
that's not. Why would we have the rosters then?
if that's the point.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, it happened. It happened to me in the Cold War tournament.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I read
had
that.
I had my guys competing against Pure Nation, and then played against one of the players. I just played the match before, but then now they're playing with Pure Gaming. It was like, okay,
Right.
whatever.
No facts, and that is not cool, and that's what we don't want. Who's at?
All right, well,
what's-
I think this was a good first discussion. I feel like we should do another one of these when like closer when signups are coming to a close.
Facts. We have a staff meeting coming up that anybody that's interested, we should have them join. When is that, Frank? I think
A
that's
staff
on the list.
meeting yesterday.
Yeah, on the 4th is when it's scheduled for.
The 4th. So we would like to get everybody that wants to be a part of the staff, or is just even interested in potentially doing it, come in. We'll have another kind of open like this, except for obviously we'll be themed. We'll be talking about what we want, what not only what we want to do with the league and what we'll need to add to get to that point, but also ask you guys what you guys like to do, what you would want to do. Is there anything that we're not even thinking of that you want to add to the league that you feel like you could facilitate and bring to it? That's cool too. You know, we're not some type of dictators here. We just want the dopest shit we can put out there. So that's on the 4th, right? 4th,
Yes.
4th. So that'll be coming
So
up. Keep that in
after
mind.
we're done, I'm probably gonna try and take to Twitter and see if I can't invite some casters into the
Discord.
Discord here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know who's a caster and who's not, and if you can just give them like a caster role or whatever.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Right on.
What do you
Yes.
think? We covered everything?
I think we covered everything, man.
Yeah, this boy Roy in the chat capping. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But
Hey,
Guaranteed
I-
Roy's gonna have a fucking team. You know,
yeah.
he's listed free agent 18 different times in the past offseason.
yeah, yes.
Exhibition.
That's CMG.
They always make up, dude.
Yes, sir.
This man's
Straight
got
up.
banned on CMG, dude.
Yeah,
He's out here cheating and shit.
Yeah,
He
we
got
gotta figure
banned.
out what's going on. We gotta figure out what's going on with this PC first.
PC check his ass.
PC checkers in here.
We got some of that going on for sure.
All right, well, I'm gonna bounce.
Wait, hold
right.
on. So there is one thing though that we have to think about that's
I'll
related to what Outdated brought up, which was the captain on the roster and whoop-de-woo. The teams, the organizations with the captains and the voting.
Right.
What do you
So
mean?
like it's like, is it OJ gets 3 votes or he needs 3 captains?
I think he needs 3 captains.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, it's gonna
I
be.
can either have 3 votes or 3 captains. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna both go the same way anyway.
Right.
You would
I
think,
feel like it would be.
but maybe
Sorry.
not. Yeah, no, yeah, like maybe not. Maybe someone's like,
Actually, everyone
I
has,
don't
like,
fucking agree with
each,
you.
but, like,
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I have an issue with giving somebody multiple votes is then we get into the thing with like instinct. Is there a guy that has 7 votes and does he just now dictate what happens in the league all the time because he just has such a big percentage of the votes? Or are we turning into the House of Representatives and electoral votes over here? Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about right now?
I feel like that's a point. I feel like we should have different for organizations. You should have a named captain who speaks for that individual team, and then
Each team.
you can have a fucking like Discord role for fucking like org owners or something like that. And
It's like a whole nother level.
And that's kind of what's funny is when we first started this we took a lot of stuff from the NFL. Like we wanted owners and then coaches, players and things like that too. So that actually is something we've always wanted. And then comments Vega. There actually is no teams left from the time that you used to play Vega. This is a completely
Yeah, I was
new
looking.
league.
I was trying to see.
So,
I think
wanna
season
come in with slams
2.
again?
We have season 2 people.
Do we?
Yeah, but I don't think we have
People or teams? Dragon Gang's still here, Vega.
Well, no, I don't think they are. I think the Dragon Gang was. I think they were here all the way through last season.
And then
I
now
don't think they're coming back.
they're not coming back, right? But
I mean, you could also ask how many games Dragon Gang won.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Vega is
Count that on
fucking
one hand.
the OG teams. Now, I have heard from a couple OG people that they're interested in getting in on Modern Warfare 2. So we may see return of some.
Yeah,
OG.
all I'm saying is new school better.
the original sweater, the guy that everybody looked at and was this dude is head and shoulders above us. But now
we'll see.
He's got some comp for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, Vega, the competition got so much better that all those old teams pretty much dropped out or dispersed because it was just not a fun time for them.
Boogie was here last season. Boogaloo Crew. Demi got
I got you, Vega.
Demi is season 2. And
Demi got booted. There's a difference.
Right.
yeah,
The
Demi got
original.
fuck.
Yeah.
Crazy how that plays out. But are we
Not so
like
much
if there
when
was
we
a
cheat.
team that was gonna get booted, are we surprised?
No,
That's that's how that should have ended up.
I think that was in the cards from the jump.
Getting a team back together, so
Who is?
Axer.
Yeah, let's go.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. It's funny you say that. One of the reasons I wanted emails is because of Haxer. Because I was like, this dude's gonna sign up. He's gonna give me some contact info. Because I'm sending him spam emails.
I'm sending him shit. He's 15 years old. I'm sending him shit.
I'm an
You're gonna
African.
get Arby's gift card.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You're right. I'm an African queen or king. I need
Yes.
$240.
Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
But send me money.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Alright.
funny.
Cool. All right, I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
We're definitely kind of in agreement that we're going to see how many people sign up and kind of go from there. But we've got a few different options on how to handle the teams, and that will impact the scheduling and casting. The only thing I don't like about that uncertainty is that it kind of doesn't allow our our little projected time frames might get fucked up, but we'll figure that out. So,
I think the projected time frames are going to be earlier than what they should have been anyway. So if it's like pushed back by like a week or 2 weeks, and like it's not going to be no harm done.
Right. Well, it's definitely not It's not pushing up for sure because we'll be in Vegas the weekend before. But no, we got. It's gonna be dope.
in between the projected. Okay, so you have first week of January we have the exhibition tournament. The second week of January we'll be out of town on the weekend.
I
And
feel
then
like
the
that
third week is when we were gonna do it.
like that exhibition either needs to be either needs to be like a playing tournament, or I really don't see anyone wanting to like just play like an exhibition tournament.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, we
I mean,
just
not if it's just gonna be like not worth any like split points, not worth any like anything. Like I don't see like a bunch of like traction getting in there.
Right. Well, the
It's
one
like,
thing.
it's like that beta league that happened right after the season. Like
well, that was Beta League could have happened if we made it happen. I think people wanted to play video games, and I think that they're chomping at the bit to play this Modern Warfare in some organized capacity. And there's no league play, and so you got to find custom lobbies or whatever, anyways, to have some fun. So I think. And we had thought initially we thought 12 teams in the league. We thought 8 teams for the exhibition tournament. So I mean, if we got 8,
Well, it's requested. Like people are asking us, like, when are we gonna play? Like, so that's why that's why we even thought of the exhibition because we were like, oh, they want to play sooner than the 24th. Let's do something.
I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do. I just don't.
Facts.
I just
All
don't
right.
think there'd be much of
I
action.
respect
But if there is, then great.
No, yeah, I respect that advice. Appreciate that. No, that's good advice.
and maybe we'll see.
I feel like it's all just depending on how many teams we actually have sign up.
How many people are there, right? So and-
that exhibition is on the. It's on the 5th next.
mhm.
Going into next year, going into 2023. So
Yeah, and here's
yeah,
another.
we'll
and
signed up
there-
by then.
there's a little bit of we wanted to get in there and see what it's like to stream, get used to it, work out some bugs before we actually
Yeah, definitely.
had the season come up. So there's a little bit of
Yeah, like
utility
new
in there.
casters and shit.
Exactly. Some of the new casters, we could practice with them and get a vibe. This guy's great. This guy, maybe we put him on some other stuff. Whatever.
Yep,
Yeah, so
for sure.
I think I think we covered everything.
I feel good.
Right
I feel
on.
good.
All right,
All right.
Yes, sir.
ready break.
Good to see y'all, Mummy, Mac,
Alright, good to see
OJ.
you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
You too. All right, later, guys.
Right
Have a good
on.
night.
Peace out.
Later. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for being the best part of the.
Oh yeah. So, well, I mean, we're still streaming.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So there you have it. Town Hall has commenced. We didn't really get a lot of input on rules and shit.
We expected a more hoop. Well, we did. They're over here. Roster changes, and then roster changes, and then the captain rules.
So yeah. So I'm gonna think that primarily the way we've been doing it, people are digging. So we'll kind of roll with that. Definitely want to get that on paper for this split, so there's reference material for everyone, and we don't have to just go off precedents that I may or may not remember.
And there's some stuff in Discord.
Yeah, hella shit in Discord. So that's what it is. Get your team signed up. If you notice to that little schedule that's posted in the schedule channel, there is a difference between when the team needs to be signed up and when the rosters need to be submitted. So you do have a little extra time to fill out those last couple of spots or trade somebody out or whatever you got to do.
Exactly.
So get that. If you are a captain with a team, get that shit signed up, and you will be able to go back in and add to the form, change it, and update it. So our game's still later in the day during the week. Yes, Vega. They will be later in the day during the week, and it looks like based on the data that's coming in from the forums that people don't want to play Saturday morning either. So they might be all in the evening.
Might all be in the evening. Keep an eye out for that Trapper Dad tournament league for the first split. If we get too many teams, we'll definitely we'll be thinking about considering that.
100%.
Oh, Vega, hey, every weekend, let's get it.
Hell yeah. Actually, last season, we kind of morphed into mostly on the weekdays, but we also, at night, but then we also did have some Sunday and Saturday action. So
And just for reference, Vega is a part of the Anon, the original, who won the second season.
Canada Games 2, first season.
First season. What, their first season?
They won season 1.
They won season 1 the championship. So
Yeah.
this is one of the team owners league
OGs.
the OGs from the first season.
yeah.
So it's good to see you back, Vega, man. It's
Straight up.
It's been a
Straight
good.
up.
It's been a little while, but not too long.
Straight up. All right. So I think we're good. We're going to put a fork in it. See you on Discord. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. Thanks for being the very best part of the Canada Gaming League. We out.
We out.
Holla.
Love you guys. Love you
Yes,
guys.
sir. Yes, sir.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. We're gonna do a big 2023. It's lit.
2023. It's going down.
It's lit for sure.